All right, call to order, Tennessee Parks and Rec Board meeting, October 28th, 2025. First is the adoption of the agenda. Does anybody have anything they want to add to the agenda? Okay, approval of make a motion to adopt the agenda for this meeting.
Motion.
All right, do we have a second?
I'll second it.
All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. All right, presentation of last month's minutes. Does everybody have a chance to go through that? Everything looked good from my end that I saw? Do we want to make a motion to adopt those minutes?
I'll make the motion.
All right, we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. Comments of citizens, we have none. On to old business. Item A, it was the lawn mowing bids, I suppose. We got 4 out of 5 in. I think we were going to take a look at that at a later date once we had everything, looked at what our actual funding was going to be, see if that made any sort of sense. That's kind of where we left that off.
And they wanted me to time my guys mowing. I did get most of it done, the mowing. The times, I can tell you that
Did you start recording?
It's live, there's just no audio out there with it. Okay.
They can read lips?
yeah. Bettinger Park, it took an hour. It's down there by the trailer park. It was dry. You could figure about an hour to 2 hours, and that was one person mowing.
Does include me?
No, that was straight mowing. You could figure probably another hour with weed eating. You have a structure, which is the bathrooms and the shelters, and then all the curbs. So you could figure another hour. Dennis Crest Park, that's the fields, the senior building. That took an hour and a half of mowing, no weed eating. Figure in the fencing, you could probably figure in another 2 hours of weed eating with all the fencing. Hagedorn Park, this does not include the sports complex. That's the pool, the practice football field, just that area, dog park, all that. That was 4.5 hours. Sports complex alone was 4 hours, which I forgot to write that down. That's no weed eating. Joe Schaefer Park was 2.5 hours, no weed eating yet. Sunset Park was 3.5 hours. and the soccer fields was 2 hours. And that's all dry. Now, when it's wet or damp due to dew or whatever, it slows us down, slows me down. So that does not include any weed eating yet. You could roughly figure at the ballparks, it takes 2 hours to weed eat, especially the fence. For sure. Soccer field, you could add on 2 hours because of the fence. They have a fence that goes along the creek and then around the, like the streets.
So if you had all that, it's probably around 32 hours or so, if you add in
Weed eating.
all the weed eating.
Yeah.
And that's just for one person, so that's not terrible considering we're just mowing half the year, compared to what some of those bids are. I know we do have maintenance that has to go along with all that as well, and the cost of the mowers that we already have.
Yeah. We have 2 mowers still under warranty and one is not. And I think one goes out of warranty actually next year. So we'll have 2 out of warranty and 1 remaining.
You currently just mow once a week, each part,
We'll mow all, yeah, we mow all week, actually.
just each
One
part,
guy.
one time a week.
Yeah.
How often do you weed eat?
Depends if we kill it.
Say the fields you probably do every week, everything else that isn't. Where you can spray the fences probably, just really depends.
Yeah, we actually have a pricing to do the sports complex warning track, which would do the outfield and the foul lines of each field. And there's reason for drain pipe to go out to the swells on each field. And then they'll have a warning track from the backstop on each field all the way out to each swell to help with drainage.
Only problem being is we already bought sod that is in that area that we're gonna remove to put those drains in, and a lot of it.
Yeah.
All right, I think it's,
If we could use that sod out like where that swell, where some of the
Mhm.
grass is already dying, where we couldn't get water to, replace some of that sod that has currently died. If we can.
okay. I guess about all we have there. Does anybody else have any comments on that? Guess just something we'll just have to look at as we go, see what makes sense. Tennis courts, we went through that, had them all cleaned up and power washed. I think everybody's pretty happy with that. See, new pumps installed at Sunset Park. Guess all that's still good to go, no issues there since you've installed those. Okay, on the new business, item A is sports complex update. Work being done to complete some of the items that weren't finished initially. So where do we stand on that one?
With the sports complex?
So I guess that's part of what you were saying with the warning
Yeah.
tracks.
Warning track, Cash Wagner is currently in the talks with the contractors to see what they are willing to do to cut out the price, what we still owe them, and what they're willing to negotiate. Still negotiations, I should
Mhm.
say.
Based upon the issues that we're having.
Correct. So they're supposed to get back with me where everybody's at with each other to to get everything fixed. Adding the warning track to each field would be at our cost, so it's kind of a negotiation situation.
Do you know if once that gets to making a decision on how to proceed, is that gonna go through our board, or is that through Cash Wagner, since they were kind of over the project, or is that a decision that we're gonna make? I wasn't sure how that would be finalized.
I can run it through you all.
I think we just like to kind of be updated on how we proceed with that, just to make sure. I know it was a mad dash to get everything fixed, and now we're facing the, repercussions of getting out there probably a few months too early. So we just need to make sure that it's done right, especially with, all the budget cuts that we have moving into, 2026. We want to make sure that we don't have any more issues.
Yeah.
I know the drainage was a significant issue this past year, so we need to make sure that that is fixed.
Absolutely.
Okay? Anything else on that?
Nope.
All right. Looks like Dennis Crest Park. Your crew tore out the damaged fence on the AA field. You made a comment that it was barely standing on the outfield fence. Looking to hopefully be able to put up a new fence there in the future. I know that was one concern that we had with the sports complex, is that we definitely wanted to be able to have a place for rec league teams and such to practice if there is a tournament going on. So I just think that that's something that will be pretty important, some sort of like a dugout on that field, just to keep any kids safe that are there. Rec league practices get a little bit crazy at times with kids and, supervision, so we have something, even if it's just one dugout, that way they can share that and they don't have to worry about anything.
Check into insurance also. I guess it's supposed to have dugouts with a shelter or cover for liability, I guess. I didn't with that. Also, we might have to have somebody come in and do the roots. I didn't realize that how bad the roots was in that outfield.
Oh, really?
Did you know? I didn't know that until we started tearing it up.
Yeah, it's a pretty large tree there on that left field fence,
Yeah.
on the AA field. Okay, the senior citizen building, I know we've gone back and forth on that. Looks like it's prepped to be torn down. Estimate from Gilliam Excavating, and looks like another one from Snyder Construction.
Bids?
This was the first that we have seen of these, it was today. Looks like Gilliam's was $10,500 to demo the building and haul off all the trash. Snyder was $10,850. Snyder also has an additional part of this that is to remove.
Don't read the concrete and stuff out loud, because I think Gilliam still plans on doing concrete.
Okay.
Bid.
I guess my question would be, is when we bid this out probably been 2 years at this point, it was less than what this bid is, knowing we only have one. So I guess that would be my concern, is we probably need to check with those two contractors as well, to see where they would be at. So what is the plan moving forward from that once we demo the building? Just return it to green space for now, or?
I know the mayor had said something about pickleball courts, possibly putting them there in that area and doing bathrooms, possibly in the future. I know we're preparing for Ready 2 funds for next year. So hopefully we get some of that money. And
We can do something with it?
I know fire department's interested in doing some training on that site, or at the old senior building before we demo it. And possibly the police department. So before it's demoed, they want to do some training there first.
Okay,
And burn it down.
don't know if they can. But, yeah.
Okay. Item C, a wheel balancer changer at station. I'm guessing that's for your all's equipment.
Yeah. We send our tires off to a local business. Sometimes it takes 2 days to get it back on a mower or a truck. I know the street department sends theirs off to Hallsville, close to Lewisport, to get theirs done. We're not asking for like the top of the line, but it'd save money in-house, doing it in-house. You know, of course, we can't recoup all the fees, like our cost, but like, if we get, I think she found one for $1,600. What, oh, here?
There should be 3. Different.
There's one that, am I the only one with a copy of these?
Instructions, that's what I was instructed to do.
Okay. Sorry.
So would this be shared by
Yeah, I mean, they
multiple
could,
departments?
yeah, they just come in, bring their stuff. We could either do it for them,
Mm-hmm.
save the city money. We could either do it for them, or it just, in the end, save money.
Does the city use the auto mechanics class at all?
I'm not
They
sure.
do all this as well for free.
Oh, really?
For experience for the kids, they got a balancer and everything. My son's in that class. And
Yeah, I think they can't charge for their service. You just have to,
They charge for
you have to
parts.
make a
and all.
donation, yeah.
Donation, or you bring your own stuff in, this is just a
Mhm.
donation. But
There's one
gives the
for
kids experience to do this stuff, so.
$24.90, or $2,500. It's off of Amazon, is that correct?
No, it's from, there's a website. It's all from the same website.
Oh, okay. And $2,500. Did you get 3 of them off, you said?
There's,
And then there's another one for $1,700. So it's a balancer, changer, tire changer. The problem, like shipping off to school, like when we're out at Joe Schaefer and we got one down, you know, let's get
Get
it
it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes more sense.
I don't know about street, it wouldn't be tractors or nothing like, that's the bad thing, but,
So
you know,
it's set up to
a truck,
30 inch.
one of our trucks or side by side or mower, that's what, you know, one of the street department trucks, or, I don't know how many they have, they got
A boatload.
a boatload. Yeah. But one of their trailer tires or whatever, jack it up, bring it in, get it plugged, balanced, whatever, get it back out.
Mm-hmm. Is that something that we would split the cost with, the street department?
I could ask them,
You know, I think it would make sense if they're gonna use it,
Yeah.
just
Charge
since,
it, or just charge them a fee.
you know, we'll charge them a fee at least.
Mhm. So I was gonna say, I mean, if they have way more vehicles than us, it makes a whole lot more sense for, you know, for them to have it than for us. So I think that,
I know our mowers, we spent so much at, I'm not gonna say their names, at their shop
Mhm.
with mowers, and then when our tires do go down, it sits out at the field, the ball field or a park. One time it sat overnight
mhm.
at one park, and we take out the light bulbs at this park because it gets vandalized so much. So,
Yeah, it wouldn't be bad to have one on hand. I just think we need to see if they're willing to, I mean, if they intend to use it,
yeah.
need to see what their thoughts are on
We
that.
cheap, if they do, even if they don't go in with us, then wheel weights, go in on the wheel weights, whatever, the tires. Help us with the cost,
Mhm.
something to pay for it.
Well, I mean, but if we're gonna mount and balance the tires, they're gonna have to incur some of that,
Right,
you know,
the cost.
labor cost,
Yeah.
and for the equipment, so, Or they split the cost with us and then they just have their guys do it as needed, which I think would probably make the most sense.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's gonna be difficult to keep track of how much time
And I
one
think-
department spends over the other.
Yeah, and I think what I was researching, I think we do the front tires on our tractor,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm not mistaken, which would save a lot of money also.
I didn't even realize you had to balance tires on a tractor.
You don't have to balance it, just putting the tire on it.
I'll put the tire on.
Yeah, pressing it on and stuff.
Okay, yeah, I would say just check with them, see if they want to split the cost, if they intend to use it
Okay.
for tires and whatever. Then obviously we would have to have some backups on hand.
Yeah.
That way we were, prepared for that.
Okay.
Is there anything else on that? Okay, item D, sports complex rental. Guess that was this past weekend. Did everything go okay with that? The car show? I believe is what it was?
It was parking lot full of old cars and bikes and kids dressed up in costumes and adults. Nathan went around and emptied every trash can out of the parking lot into the dumpster and cleaned it up. He did really well. I think he said the only complaint he had was I think 2 cars did burnouts on the way out, and that was it. No neighbors called and complained. I'm satisfied, and no complaints.
Sounds good.
I think that one thing we need to, might run into is games,
Mm-hmm.
especially if they're wanting to rent it out, because they took up the whole parking lot.
So is he wanting to do that again?
Yes, for 2026.
Oh, okay.
That's what it's about.
It's late, I mean, that's the last weekend typically anybody plays
Yeah.
any sort of tournament, so I don't know that, I think if it went well for him, I mean, I wouldn't have any issues with, letting him do that again.
Yeah.
Okay, have anything else? That was the last thing on the agenda. So we want to make a motion to adjourn?
Well, do y'all want the rental agreement, did anybody look over those?
I didn't get a chance to read through all of them.
Okay.
I think we have a little bit of time because there's not gonna be anybody rent the place out anytime soon this time of the year, so I think we can just put that on new business next time, try and get that approved that way. As these organizations reach out about having tournaments, we can provide them with what they need. Okay with that? Okay. I want to make a motion to adjourn. Second?
Second.
All right, all in favor, say aye.